felt pretty good this time around, possibly also thanks to the active recovery day that I had just taken. So what I was doing was deadlifts and weighted chin-ups. I went up to a single of 140 for the deadlift, and then I did 3 back-off sets of triples with 130. And similarly to the session that I did the previous week, on chin-ups I was pulling triples up to 24 kilos. So what I did was combining the two heavy sessions, the heavy movement that I did the previous week into one, to see if I was able to consolidate the effort from the previous week into this one, which ideally would give me a bit of a gauge of whether I had been progressing on that. So I was able to do exactly the same volume and the same intensity. So what I think is I may have done some good work in terms of adaptation. So this is a set with 130. I wasn't using straps again. I wanted to see if my grip had improved as well. So I was trying to see if a few parameters had improved. Felt like my grip was a bit stronger, did not have to hook grip it too much, maybe on the last repetition of the last set. But the form here looks good. Was keeping the bar very close, wasn't rising the hips too much, and 3 good repetitions. Now 20 kilos felt quite light, I must say, and even later on when I'm going to 24, I remember the previous week I had a bit of not a grinder, but there was a bit of a sticking point on the last repetitions on the top set, and I did not experience that on this day, which was pretty good. It gave me a good feeling that I was doing well. Another set of 130, looking at a different angle. This is also quite a solid set. I was looking at my hands specifically, and when I'm going up, I can still see that there is a bit of a rolling of the bar. I understand that I'm doing a double overhand grip, and 130 kilos are probably still something that gives me enough of a challenge that if I was going up in weight anytime soon, I would probably be using straps just to be on the safe side. This is the top set with 24 kilos on the chin-up, and I can tell that all the repetitions felt pretty smooth, and I might be actually be going up on the next one. Maybe 26 kilos is something reasonable that I can do next week. Maybe I'm not gonna go up on both the chin-up and the deadlift in the same week, just in case, and then try to catch up on the deadlift on the next one, and then see if I can equate both performances from the previous 2 weeks into one session, and that hopefully could give me an idea whether I can progress or not. This is the last set of triples with 130 kilos, and they were all feeling good, honestly. I think 130 without straps is something that I can do all right, and it feels like it's a good 8% of a 1 rep max, let's call it. So staying in the triples for this is probably a good idea, and might be progressing that slowly, as I mentioned before. Now the happy part of this workout was that I was actually able to do some push-ups on the floor after a month or so of doing them in an elevated position because of my shoulder. I was progressing slowly towards the floor, and actually the last week or so I noticed that my progress has been a bit faster. I'm noticing that my shoulder improves on a daily basis, and I am going to introduce some extra movements for as overhead presses variation, mainly the behind the neck press, which I want to test out, and I think it's going to help me building some mobility and hopefully keep that and preventing further injuries. Ciao.